3%. Change in manufacturing payrolls looking for 5,000, that's against a prior 16,000. The change in private payrolls looking for an estimate of 150,000, that's against a prior 148,000. In terms of the average weekly hourly earnings, all employees looking for a prior there, of 63%, with the underemployment rate coming in at a prior of 7%. We'll also get from Canada net change in employment for August, looking for an estimate of 20,000. That's against a prior negative 24,200, with the unemployment rate looking for 5.7% against a prior 5.7%. For the full-time employment change there, looking for an estimate of 17.5 against a prior negative of 11.6. For the part-time, looking for an estimate of 7 against a prior negative of 12.6. For the participation rate, looking for 65.6 against a prior 65.6. And the hourly wage rate permanent, looking for 4.5% against the prior 4.5%. Looking at a note here from Goldman Sachs, they estimate the headline non-farm payrolls to come in at 150,000. They say that reflects their forecast of a 15 to 20,000 boost consensus canvassing activities. They say, but a slower underlying pace of private sector job gains, in part reflecting the return of the trade war. They estimate unemployment rate unchanged at 3.7%, with the average hourly earnings at spot 2% month on month and 3% year on year. Looking at some of the bank estimates on the top side, UBS looking for 209,000, Nomura looking for 190, with Citi looking for 181,000. On the downside, BNP looking for 115,000, Bank of America Merrill Lynch looking for 130. Donald Trump here saying he agrees with Jim Cramer that the Fed should lower rates. He says they were way too early to raise and way too late to cut. He says, and big dose quantitative tightening didn't exactly help either. He said, where did I find this guy Jerome? Oh well, you can't win them all. So moving into 3 minutes now until we get this data. Changing non-farm payrolls for August, looking for an estimate of 160. For the unemployment rate, looking for an estimate of 3.7%. For the average hourly earnings year on year, looking for an estimate of 3%. The month on month, looking for an estimate of spot 3%. For the change in private payrolls, looking for an estimate of 150,000. Change in manufacturing payrolls, looking for an estimate of 5,000. For the average weekly hours, all employees looking for 34.4%. In Canada, we'll also get net change in unemployment for August, looking for an estimate of 20,000. The unemployment rate 5.7%. Hourly wage rate permanent 4.5% is the estimate. For the full-time employment change, looking for 17.5. For the part-time, looking for 7. And for the participation rate, looking for 65.6 from Canada. Just a final note from Danske Bank on non-farm payrolls. They say the US labour market has shown weakness for a while, so we think it is important to keep an eye on the employment growth, which is an important recession indicator. They say they expect employment growth to come in around 164,000, and they estimate average hourly earnings rose about 3% month on month in August and unchanged at 3.1% year on year. One minute. Ten seconds. $130,000 there for non-farm payrolls. Unemployment rate coming in at 3.7%. Average hourly weekly earnings coming in at 3.2% year on year. For the month on month coming in at spot 4%. For the change in private payrolls coming in at 96,000. Change in manufacturing payrolls coming in at 3,000. For the labour force participation rate coming in at 63.2%. For the average weekly hours, all employees coming in at 34.4%. For moving to Canada now, net change in employment coming in at 81.1 thousand. The employment rate coming in at 5.7%. Hourly wage rate permanent coming in at 3.8%, with full-time employment change there coming in at 23.8%. Part-time employment coming in at 57.2, with a participation rate coming in at 65.8. Just to recap that with revisions, non-farm payrolls coming in at 130,000, miss on estimate of 160, with a prior revised down to 159 from 164. The change in private payrolls coming in at 96,000, with the prior revised to 131 from 148,000. Change in manufacturing payrolls coming in at 3,000, with the prior revised to 4,000 from 16,000. The unemployment rate coming in at 3.7%, with the average hourly earnings month on month coming in at spot 4%, year on year coming in at 3.2%. For the average weekly hours, all employees coming in at 34.4, and the labour force participation rate coming in at 63.2%. Canada, net change in employment coming in at 81,000. The unemployment rate coming in at 5.7%, with hourly wage rate coming in at 3.8%. Full-time employment change 23.8, and the part-time employment change coming in at 57.2, and the participation rate 65.8. Seeing the Canadian dollar there strengthened to a 1-month high after the Canadian job gain.
say that I don't care about you, but not anymore. Cause you forgot about us. All you wanna do is fight, bringing me down every night, yeah. I think that I'd rather be alone. Even though I hate when my bed is empty, I don't wanna be locked up while pretending. So I'ma make it easy for us both. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Wasting my time trying to get you to give me, cause you don't want to, yeah. Get my point of view. I wonder where it all went wrong. This could have been a different song, and now I'd rather be alone. Even though I hate when my bed is empty, I don't wanna be locked up while pretending. So I'ma make it easy for us both. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. You know that all I ever want is for you to be happy. To be happy. Never wanted this love to end up this way, but the things we can't change. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore. Cause I don't even want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Want your love, nah, nah. Not anymore.
I guess that's it for today. Yeah, that's true. Very, very boring. Alright, let's call it a day.